The Cookout 400 at Richmond Raceway ended with a bang that left fans shocked and drivers angry. Austin Dillon, sitting 32nd in points and struggling through a miserable season, was desperate for a win. As the race entered its final stages, Dillon found himself in dispute. With just 2 laps to go, a caution flag flew, setting up a green-white checker finish. Dillon, Joey Logano, and Denny Hamlin were the top 3 drivers. Joey Logano didn't hold back. "That's chicken shit, there's no doubt about it," he said in a post-race interview. 4 car lengths back, not even close, then he wrecks Hamlin to go along with it, and he's gonna go up there and praise God and everything with his baby. It's a bunch of BS, it's not even close. Interview he unleashed on Dillon. He's a piece of crap, he sucks, he sucked his whole career, and now he's gonna be in the playoffs. Good for him, I guess.
And he just pulls a chicken shit move. He's a piece of crap. The kid, he sucks. He's sucked his whole career. And now he's gonna be in the playoffs, and good for him, I guess.
Denny Hamlin, while less explosive in his comments, was no less critical. He focused on the bigger picture, questioning NASCAR's lack of rule enforcement. "Where's the line?" Hamlin asked. "That's the thing, we have rules to prevent ridiculous acts, but it's been a long time since those rules have really been enforced. Didn't spin someone out and get a 2-lap penalty or some bullshit. It's tough because this is what the young short track racers see, and they think this is okay because they watch the professionals on Sunday that are supposed to act like adults just do dumb shit, and it's amazing that it's allowed."
For that, or is that just,
Where's the line, Bob? I mean, that's the thing, is we have rules against, to prevent ridiculous acts, but it's been a long time since those rules really have been enforced. I mean, didn't Lane Riggs spin someone out and get 2-lap penalty or some bullshit? Like, this is, it's tough because this is what the young short track racers see, and they think that this is okay because they watch the professionals on Sunday that are supposed to act like adults just do dumb shit, and it's just amazing that it's allowed. I mean,
Hamlin continued criticizing NASCAR's playoff system, arguing that it encourages this kind of desperate behavior. "We've gotten here because this is what we've set up," he said. "We've set up eliminations and playoffs and knockouts and one race for a championship. We're trying to manufacture these type of moments, and when we do it and we look silly like tonight, the sport has mud on its face." But I think that there's probably people in Daytona that love this S, and they're the ones that are sending this sport backwards.
And we've gotten here because this is what we've set up. We've set up eliminations and playoffs and knockouts and one race for a championship. We're trying to manufacture these type of moments. And when we do it and we look silly like tonight, it's, in my mind, your sport has mud on its face. But I think that there's probably people in Daytona that love this shit, and they're the ones that are sending this sport backwards.
Austin Dillon, for his part, tried to justify his actions. "I don't know, man, it's been 2 years. This is the first car I've had with a shot to win," he said. "I felt like with 2 to go, we were the fastest car. Obviously had to have a straightaway. Wrecked the guy. I hate to do that, but sometimes you just gotta have it. I gotta thank the good Lord above. It's been tough for the last 2 years, man. I care about RCR, these fans, my wife. This is my first for my baby girl. It means a lot. I hate it, but I had..." Athletics Jeff Gluck, Dillon's team radio, had said, "I don't care how you do it," before he hit Logano, and then wreck him, before he clipped Hamlin. After the race, Richard Childress, Dillon's grandfather and team owner, was heard saying, Pop is proud of you." NASCAR's response to the incident has been cautious. While they allowed the result to stand for now, they've announced plans to review the race. Elton Sawyer, NASCAR's vice president of competition, stated, "The last lap was awful close to the line. We'll take a look at all the available resources from audio to video. We'll listen to spotters, crew chiefs, and drivers. If anything rises to a level that we think we need to penalize, we'll do that on Tuesday."
The last lap was awful close to the line. We'll take a look at all the available resources from audio to video, the spotters. We'll listen to crew chiefs and drivers, and if anything rises to a a level that we feel like we need to penalize, then we'll do that on Tuesday.
Sawyer also addressed the possibility of taking the win away, something NASCAR has historically been reluctant to do. Historically, that hasn't been our DNA to take races away, but that's not to say that going forward that this wouldn't start a precedent, Sawyer said. We'll have to look at it.
Historically, that hasn't been our DNA to take races away, but that's not to say that, going forward, this would start to set a precedent. We have to look at it.
Drivers for contact on the last lap, especially when racing for the win. Fans can recall numerous instances where contact has decided the outcome of a race, such as the famous clash between Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte at Bristol in 1999.
Coming to the white flag, there's a leader change, and Labonte takes the lead. And meanwhile, Ricky Rudd runs. Oh, and Earnhardt spins him out. Oh, man. And Tony Stewart is involved in the crash, as is Mark Martin, Sterling Marlin, and several others. Dale Earnhardt takes the checkered flag. And Jimmy Spencer ran second. Bristol.
However, the nature of this contact seems different to many observers. It wasn't just a bump and run or a little nudge. Dillon's moves were seen by many as argue that this win at all costs mentality is damaging the sport's credibility. As Hamlin put it, we're never ever going to get taken seriously as a sport because we have no real officiating.
Problem with it. So, we're never ever going to get taken seriously as a sport because we have no real officiating.
This incident, for example, in the 2022 Xfinity Series, Ty Gibbs drove through his teammate Brandon Jones at Martinsville to take the lead. Questions: what constitutes fair racing? Where is the line between aggressive driving and dangerous behavior? For Austin Dillon, this win breaks a 68 race winless streak and saves what had been a miserable season. But at what cost? He may have secured his spot in the playoffs, but he's also made some powerful enemies. Both Logano and Hamlin hinted at potential payback in future races. It's worth noting that Dillon's actions didn't just affect Logano and Hamlin. The final standings of the race were significantly impacted. While Dillon took the checkered flag, Hamlin managed to limp across the line in second place. Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace both rounding out the top 5 for Trackhouse Racing. Logano, who had been leading before the incident, finished a disappointing 19th. The race had other notable moments as well. Christopher Bell, who had one of the fastest cars all night and led 122 laps, took himself out of contention when he was caught speeding during a round of green flag pit stops early in the final stage. Richard Childress, Dillon's team owner and grandfather, defended his driver's actions. If he would have been leading it, that 22 would have moved him out of the way, Childress said. The 11 would have moved him out of the way. Either one of them would have done the same thing. I've seen it before.
No, they would do it to him. I promise you, if he'd have been leading it, that 22 would have moved him out of the way. The 11 would have moved him out of the way. Either one of them would have done the same thing. I've seen it before.
Was Austin Dillon's move fair game or a step too far? Should NASCAR penalize him or let the result stand? Is this the kind of racing fans want to see? And what are your thoughts? Tell us in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe to NASCAR Insider for more interesting news.